We're back. This is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews, and I am your literary ambassador. And this is the 15-minute book and author chat with Carolyn Coleman. Welcome, 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 everybody. Just waiting on some few people to get in here. We're just patiently waiting for people to come in. Hi, Miss Ellen. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in today. I really appreciate you. Good afternoon. Here she is. You can't hear me. Oh, goodness. Okay, you can hear me now. Okay. So you can't hear me? Okay, Miss Carolyn, what you're gonna do is you're gonna see a invite button that can. Let me see if I can invite you. There you go. I can invite you.
Is that
Good
it?
afternoon. Hey, how you
I'm
doing?
good. How you doing?
Fine. You have your book with you?
I do.
Okay. Good. Okay, everyone. Please, Carolyn, please introduce yourself to the readers.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carolyn Coleman. Um, let me get this off my chest. I'm a nurse case manager. That's what I'm just going to tell my patient. So, I'm a nurse. I have been for about 36 years. I basically have stopped counting, and I started writing a few years ago. And I've enjoyed the journey. I truly have enjoyed the journey.
Okay. Now, what is your genre and what attracted you to that genre?
Well, it's fiction. Um, it's fiction. I just wanted something to play with, something that wasn't as serious at that point in time, because being a nurse, especially a critical care nurse, a lot of things are just very, very serious, and sometimes you just need to debrief and just do something that's relaxing. Okay, you don't need to be all tight all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just get
Mm-hmm.
something off your chest and just. But what I'm going to be reading today is about nursing. Okay, my first books were about heartbreak, friendships, growing friends,
Mm-hmm.
um, life, boyfriend, girlfriends, marriage. You know, things things of that nature. So relationships and of
Yeah.
any and all kinds. But that was fiction. And I was talking to a physician that I used to work alongside a couple of years ago. I said, I want to do something about nursing, but I don't want anybody to come back for me. He said, oh, just put fiction on your book and write it. So I was like, I said, that's why I love you so. That's why I love you so. I admire you, because he was such a professional. And he said, I'm surprised I haven't written a book. And I was like, as many things as you have done and all the accomplishments you have achieved, I'm surprised you haven't written one as well. So you need to get on it. And I haven't seen him since. So he came back into my life just to let me know, be free, write your book, whether it's about medicine, and just write it, put fiction on it, and enjoy yourself. Be free yourself. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. And that's what I did with this particular book.
Okay, now tell us briefly about your book and what it's about.
The title of the book is The Stethoscope is for More Than Listening. And it really delves into different aspects of nursing, be it nursing orientation, being nursing school, first job, patients and their antics. Because when they come to the hospital, they undress in more ways than one, okay? And it used to be a time when everyone was polite and cordial. When they came into the hospital, they brought their suitcase in on a Sunday, got admitted, stayed about 5 days, 7 days, some more than that. Now it's different because of insurance and things of that nature. A lot of things that were done overnight can now be done. You can have several tests in one day and go home. So I've seen it go from that to where we are now. And it can be a little argumentative. People they bring their drama to the hospital. Let's just cut it short. They bring their drama to the hospital. Well, they
Okay.
do. They do. And they have friends to back them up who bring it.
Yeah. ESP Presents says she loves the title, and what you're saying is so true.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, what was the inspiration behind your book?
As much as I wanted to stay away from nursing, I decided, let me give people a look, just a fictional view at some of the things nurses go through, because people always, they ain't doing nothing. No nurses, they're not doing anything. The nurse didn't do this. The nurse didn't do that. But it's a lot that we do, because we stand in the gap when family members aren't there. We stand in the gap when their church family is not there. We advocate for them. We're the ones who talk. We stand between we stand between the patient and the doctor, because who else is going to be at your bedside? We are. We're going to be there. We're supposed to catch those things so we can alert your physician that there may be a critical change or a change in general. We're the ones who catch that, give it to him, call him if he wants to answer the phone, or if he wants to, talk back with you, because yes, they have hung up in my, what you want me to do about it? I was like, well, you the doc. I just thought maybe you needed to know. And so, just different things like that. But we're a huge part of healthcare. We are a huge part, and not just nurses, but anyone who's in healthcare. Respiratory therapists. Our phlebotomists. Everyone basically tries to take their job very seriously. No, you don't get the credit, but you're not in it for the credit. You're in it for the profession and for the love of the people, for the love of patients.
Okay, can you read an excerpt from your book, please?
Yes, I will. Let's see. Okay, the cover, the stethoscope is for more than listening. And I picked out some ones I thought would be pretty decent. Rocky is as nutty as she can be. She's always talking crazy trash. You have to either digest that foolishness or simply walk away. She loves controversy. If you say up, she says down, sticks her nose where it does not belong, has an opinion about everything. Rocky told us that she had met the love of her life and she was about to go and meet him. Well, I'm curious. What do you mean, go and meet him? I'm moving. I said, okay. How did you meet him? On the internet. Okay. So you and your son will be moving? No, just me. What about your son, Rocky? He's staying with the neighbors. They're watching. How old is he, Rocky? He's 14. He already thinks he's grown. He knows it all. Okay, Rocky. Leela and I give each other the side eye. When Rocky leaves, I'm like, if that ain't a harebrained nurse, I don't. If she's taking care of her patients like she's taking care of her son, I just don't know what we're in for. She says she is truly a nut. He's got a good job. He owns his own home. He's got money in the bank. Yeah, I would be foolish not to take him up on that. Rocky, you don't know this man. That could be Bigfoot. You don't know who you're going to see. Well, I'm going. Well, and that as you should. 2 months later, I see someone who looks like Rocky. Layla. Is Rocky there? Yeah, girl. I think they scared her straight. I said, I'll be over in a minute. Let me get a gander. I said, yeah, I think he put her through the ringer. I bet she kissed the ground when she got back. Couldn't wait to leave the man with the money, the house, the car, and left her son here unattended. You think DPS got involved for child abandonment? She has been quiet as a mouse. I said, not fresh Rocky. Not fresh Rocky. Oh, yes. We can't pry a word out her now. That's that one. And that's some of the stuff that we have to put up with. Just from our coworkers.
Oh, that's just from the coworkers.
That's just from a coworker. I have one. Mrs. Davis appears confused. I'm attempting to determine if she is alert and oriented. Hello, Mrs. Davis. How are you today? I'm fine. I just want some privacy and some peace and quiet. Well, how can I help you? By leaving? Oh, well, Miss Davis, you're in the hospital, but you're at my home. Miss Davis, you're in the hospital. I'm paying rent, aren't I? Yes, ma'am. Well, this is my home for now. Well, you have to a degree, that is true. But can I please assess you so I can tell your doctor how you're doing? Those nurses played all night, kept me woke. I'll let you do it, but be quick about it. Oh, okay, Miss Davis. Thank you. Okay, I'll be sure to let your doctor know. Your vital signs look great. You feeling okay? I just want some rest. Now, are you going to let me rest or are we going to have to fight? Fight? No, ma'am, I don't want to fight with you. Well, that means you're going to get your butt kicked. Well, I don't want that either, Miss Davis. What can I help you with? I said, would you like some breakfast? Yes, I want a real scrambled egg, some bacon, and toast. They can't make a biscuit to save their lives. Okay, Miss Davis, I will personally make sure you get your breakfast. I want some sleep. You want to sleep after you eat? Yes, I'll do that. Okay. Woo. I bring Miss Davis back her food. I tell her doctor. He goes in, he assesses her, comes out, he tells me, she's just mean as a snake, but the noise level does need to go down. I said, I agree, Doc, I agree. I said, well, I thought we were going to wrestle. He said, oh, she would have whooped you. Thanks. I appreciate you, Doc. So that's another one that I had that's real close to a real story. Okay.
Yes, yes. Um, what is the significance of the title?
The stethoscope, when we go through nursing school, we have to have a stethoscope. Um, and when I was in school a long time ago, we had to have a lab jacket. And it was just like a badge of honor that you earned your stethoscope. You learn how to listen to heart tones, breath sounds, things of that nature, vowel sounds. And once you hear them for the first time, you're like, wow, this is real. I'm really here. And nurses never go anywhere without their stethoscopes. They have them around their neck. They keep them in their pocket, just wherever they can, because you're going to need it. Because at that time we were taking manual blood pressure, okay? And
Yeah.
but in ICU we use them for so much more. So it's a sign that you have arrived as a nursing student and as a nurse. So that's where I got my inspiration from, that title. The stethoscope is for more than listening, because being in the hospital setting, it gets you into a lot of doors, because you have that white lab jacket on and your stethoscope. You must belong here, so you can basically work anywhere that there's a patient care environment, and you're ready to work. You are ready to do it. And the doctor borrows your stethoscope. Someone else may borrow your stethoscope, but you also have to chase them down. Hey, I need my stethoscope back. It is yours, and they can last your lifetime. They've come a long way with stethoscopes, but it kind of opens the door for learning, listening, and you hear it all. You don't just hear about your patients, you hear about doctors' lives, family drama. It's just a part of it. And people will see you with that, whether you are, I'll say, I'm sure some of the nurse practitioners, oh, nurse, because you're still a nurse practitioner or not, nurse, can you come here for a minute? They don't know you from Adam, but they see that lab jacket and they see that stethoscope, and they just presume that you are a nurse, which you are 9 times out of 10. And they ask you questions. One gentleman stopped me. He was military, and he had on all his military, he had on his dressed military uniform. And he stopped me, nurse. I was like, yes, can I help you? And he showed me a picture. I don't want this guy to see my mama. And I was like, okay. I said, is this your mother's son? Yes, it is. We dismissed him from the family. I was like, okay. Does your mother want to see him? Yes, she does. I said, well, it may do her some good to see her child. And we don't check ID. And it's kind of hard for us to keep people out when we don't know really much about them. And he said he understood. He was very nice, professional, and polite. But I was like, now we got to be the police, we got to be the security guard, and we got to check ID. And so just things like that people don't think we go. You really have to be in it to know it. That we have to do, and it can be comical and it can be very sad at times. So we go from one end of the spectrum to the next.
What are you currently working on right now?
An anthology. I'm trying to get my chapter together on an anthology, and then I'm working on a book of short stories that are fictional as well. So I do have a couple of things in the works.
Okay. And how can readers find you and your books?
On my website, and it's cpwbookshelf.com. So that's cpwbookshelf.com.
Okay.
Yeah, they are on Amazon, but the website will show you the other books that I've done, and it will also, I have one of the anthologies that I've done that was #1 bestseller last year. Basically, maybe it's been right at a year ago today. So, so that one is on there as well.
Okay. And do you have any last final thoughts?
Writing has been very cathartic for me. It is a great release. You can play with it. You can make it what you want, especially doing fiction. And then when you want to write about yourself, doing a nonfiction piece, you kind of have to undress a little bit, and you have to lay yourself bare, because you're vulnerable and you're probably bringing up some emotions that you had kind of forgotten about. Whether that's good, bad, or ugly, whatever the emotions are, but it is still cathartic, whether you do fiction or nonfiction. And I'm sure if you do nonfiction and you want to talk about some real trauma or some issues in your life, it releases you just a little bit more.
Okay, we had a question about your characters' ages. Do you have any characters per se in your book, and what are their ages?
Now, I've never given them an age. Now, I did do one about a group of young ladies who started off in college. So they were about 18, 19, and how their relationship blossomed over the years and how they loved each other through the years. But I haven't done any really children type ages or anything like that. I get my names from some of my patients, especially some of the names I just fall in love with on my patients, but I might say if their last name is one thing, I might make them Dr. So-and-so or use it as a first name, and things of that nature. Kind of mix it up a little bit.
Okay. It's the underdressing part. When writing about yourself, you have to have some level of transparency, which is true.
You do.
Which is so true, Tracy. Thank you for that.
You do.
All right.
You really have to be transparent.
Okay, you want to share your book one more time?
Yes, I will. And it's a
so we can
patient.
See the cover.
Yeah, it's a patient's arm. She's getting her blood pressure taken. So you see the stethoscope around the nurse's arm. And this picture has my hand, something that the hand looks like my hand, and the ring looks like my ring. So I fell in love with that picture. That's on my book.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in today, Carolyn. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I do appreciate this platform. Honestly, it's a great platform. Wonderful idea.
Thank you. Well, you heard it here. Talk to y'all later. Thank you for coming in. 15-minute book and author chat. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 3:30 and 5:30. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate it. Bye, y'all.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.